Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Lisa Flood, and my business name is Lisa Marie Naturels. I have a blog, and it is called Good Fortune Chic, CHIC.blogspot.com. That is where I hold my educational information about my soaps and the benefits of using natural soaps and the wonderful ingredients that I use. I keep it there. And I also have another blog. It's called Lisa's Best Health Links.blogspot.com, and this is where I'm holding information which is also educational, all concerning alternative health therapies, treatments, modalities, alternative health doctors, including naturopaths and functional medicine doctors and herbalists, and even a medical medium or two. I haven't finished it yet, so bear with me. But I've gotten 14,000 hits on my Google account. Google account meaning my Gmail. And if you were to see my Gmail account, you'll see the beautiful, all my different posts there. It's a blog in itself. It's very, very nice. And it all has to do with my soaps and, and then you'll see some of my health comments as well. But today what I'm showing you here is my baby soap that I worked on last weekend. I love it. And each bar is about 7 ounces. It's more than enough for a baby. But of course this is for their parents too, to please. But this has no scent, no colorant, and it is made with hemp seed oil, organic coconut oil, and organic sustainable palm oil. Now I also have as additives jojoba oil, which is actually a wax ester, and I've also added cocoa butter, and I have added liquid silk protein. Of course, to make soap we also need distilled water and sodium hydroxide. The sodium hydroxide is lye, and it does become deactivated during the saponification process. And since I do a hot process on my soaps, most of them, that process is all done during the cooking process, okay? And then to make sure that there isn't anything that's not that any leftover lye, we usually do let the soap sit around for a few days before using it, but I do use it personally. This soap, I'll tell you the effects. You do have a squeaky clean feeling when you get out of the shower with this soap, and the cocoa butter seals in moisture. So using cocoa butter with liquid silk is perfect because the cocoa butter seals in moisture and the liquid silk. You have a long-lasting effect using this soap bar throughout the day. You do feel silk on your skin throughout the day, okay? And with the coconut content, it is a good soap that lathers and it cleans very well. So I just love it. It's beautiful soap, and this is going out to a customer today. Now everybody knows I only make small batches, but I'm kind of more of a developer and a researcher. I make soaps to order for friends, and and then I always find other friends that'll buy the rest if one person doesn't buy the whole batch. So I also want to show you I made some laundry soap, and I made it using coconut, grated coconut soap. Here it's 100% coconut, and there's no super fat, no extra fat that has not been saponified, so that coconut makes a very hard bar. It makes a lot of lather, and I'm not so sure about the bubbles, but I know it makes lather. And the additives are Arm & Hammer Super Washing Soda, and also we have another additive which is borax, 20 Mule Team Borax. Now in my lifetime, I never use these as additives in my laundry detergent, but this is the recipe that I found online, and the soaping community loves this recipe, so I'm going to go with it. It makes what's called a soap butter. And so, long story short, this is what I got out of it. Now I can melt it down and put it into the glass jar That's no problem. I'm just showing you what I have right now because I've been busy today and I didn't have any time to melt that down. But that is the how I made the laundry soap. Basically, you make it by boiling water and adding each of these ingredients very slowly to make sure everything mixes in very well, so that at the end of the process you don't have borax on the bottom and soap on the top. And but in any case, I had tried this out in my sink and I used it to wash some dishes. I did not find that it made suds. But did you ever notice that, like, when you wash dishes in the dishwasher, that soap doesn't make suds either? So what I'm going to tell my customers is, if they would like some extra bubbles, they could actually add a little bit of ammonia to their wash. I met a nurse out in public years ago at a laundromat, and she said she always put a little bit of ammonia in the wash. It's good for the wash. So I'm not so sure how ammonia stands with the environmental people, whether that is recommended or not. I'll have to look into it. But that is something that, you know, certainly can be done with the laundry soap. So I'm going to just give it to my customers as a freebie just to start and see if they like it. And then we'll go from there. I made a few batches of that, and we're going to see what happens with that and see if that's something that people like. I know the other soapers do say they have a lot of customers that like this kind of soap because it's phosphate free, it's biodegradable, so people who also want to avoid some of the harmful chemicals that are contained in the commercial soap laundry detergents. I'll tell you, it is a very serious matter because companies are using formaldehyde in laundry detergent and some other additives. I don't have them all on hand, but I do know formaldehyde is one of them. It could be a byproduct of an ingredient also. And formaldehyde does cause cancer, so we have to be careful. And with people with asthma and allergies and all kinds of problems like that, they're better off using a handmade natural laundry soap, whether it's laundry liquid, laundry powder, or laundry butter like I just made. The advantage to making a laundry butter is that, you know, you don't want to ship a gallon of water to your customer or carry it. Now this laundry butter could be taken home by the customer and diluted if they please, if that's a better way of using it. You could you know, put distilled water in a cup plus some butter and then melt it down. Whatever you like, it's up to you. And back again to my baby soap, which makes me think about babies and babies' bottoms and all that, you know. I was thinking about naming this soap Fancy Baby Bottoms because, you know, it's going to be washing some baby bottoms. And I hope that the parents of this baby are going to also make their own handmade baby wipes, because the baby wipes on the market are awful, and I had not used them myself since I was a young mother. Of course, I have a daughter who's 30 and I always act like she was born yesterday, but when raising her, I would not use the wipes that were commercially available because they're harsh. You know, would you ever even want to use these wipes on your face? I mean, yeah, in a pinch you would if you were hot and sweaty and you want to remove some makeup, but you wouldn't want to use them often because they actually are harsh. Okay, so how to get around that? You could take Johnson & Johnson liquid that's used for baby baths, and you could put it in a bottle and add some distilled water to dilute it. And then squirt that on paper towels and use that as a baby wipe. I would do that. Okay, and it might even be a tiny bit cheaper than going out and buying the baby wipes. Alright, so you guys have heard my sermon about babies' bottoms. Alright, and just want to say thank you very much for listening. Okay, have a nice day. Thank you. Bye-bye.